Takeover Tuesdays. I'm your host, Jessica Springs. I hope everyone is doing well out there this morning. Hopefully, your morning's off to a good start. You have your coffee, tea, water, whatever gets you going. Today, as always, we have a special guest. But before we introduce them, or I introduce them, I would like to take a moment just to tell you a little bit about Takeover Tuesdays if this is your first time tuning in. Takeover Tuesdays is a show and platform to connect small business owners with the community and connect community as well. So, on this show, you will get to learn more about the business owner, their story, and how they got to the place they are at now. So, without further ado, let me bring in our special guest today. Good morning, Tia.
Good morning.
How is your
How are you
morning starting out?
today? It's starting out really well. I'm excited. This excites me to be able to get up and speak with you, and speak with everyone in the community.
Yes, I'm excited. And side note, I love your hair, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah. So this is Tia Trent, and she is the CEO and owner of Patty Bakes. She's also the head baker in charge. And we're just going to dive right in, Tia.
All
So
right.
if you could tell us, yeah, share some of your background with us. Who are you?
Well, let's see. Where should I start? I'm not a Denver native. I think that that is surprising to some people, but then when they start talking to me, they're like, "Yeah, you're not from here," because I'm just learning about the history and culture of Denver and Aurora. So I came here about maybe 10, 11 years ago. I lived in Colorado Springs for the majority of my life. Graduated from Harrison High School. I needed to get away, so I moved to Longmont, Colorado. I had never heard of Longmont, Colorado in my life. And it took forever to find it. I just kept going in circles in Boulder, kept going in circles, and then finally I found Longmont. So I was there for about 9 years with my two sons. I was able to start going to college. Then I went to Front Range Community College, got my associate's degree. Then I was able to go on to CU in Boulder, and I think that's really where a lot of my activism started coming out because, as we all know, CU Boulder is predominantly white institute. And I was a non-traditional student, so I really wanted to, make sure that I was seen and heard for Tia. And so I think that's really where, that was really started getting cultivated and born. Then I started meeting people here in Denver and Aurora, and woo, it was on. Like it was amazing because everybody out here is doing so many amazing things. Um, and at that time, when I started meeting folks, I was like, oh wow, everybody is like running their own businesses, everybody's entrepreneurs, everybody has all these different projects going on. How do I get in? What do I do? What do I do? So it's pretty exciting to start to get to know folks. As far as Patty Bakes goes, I always bake and cook for people. And so it just kind of was a natural transition to be like, well, hey, let's make that into a business, Tia. And so that's where Patty Bakes was born. My mother's name was Patricia. So she passed away a few years ago of pancreatic cancer. But I wanted a way to make sure that when I thought about her, I wasn't always crying and sad. And so that's where I got Patty Bakes from. And so that way, when I'm thinking about her, I can think about, the good times. And then also, I love making people smile, and that's what she did. And so that's what Patty Bakes does, makes people smile, makes people laugh, enjoy food. So I really, really enjoy it. Before I started it as a business, people would always be like, hey, I'll pay you for this, I'll pay you for that. And so I was like, okay, when I was transitioning from CU Boulder out here, It was like a perfect time to start a business because I didn't have a job, I didn't have savings, I didn't have anything, and so it was like, how you gonna pay your bills? And so it was an easy transition, and being a part of the community made it also easier too, because people knew me and knew my character, so it was easy for them to be like, okay. And some of them probably ate my food anyways because I always cook for my friends and family. And so it was great. Brother Jeff was a huge part of Patty Bakes. I got the idea to have a business shower. Everybody has like, wedding showers or bridal showers. I was like, hey, let's have a business shower. I don't have anything, but I need to, I need things so I can bake and have a business. And so I was able to hold my business shower at Brother Jeff's on a Black Dollar Day at his cultural center. So that was amazing. And so I really just feel really blessed and grateful. Then I heard about you, Jessica, from Rainy. And so that was great. I was like, oh, wow. And then I was looking and I'm just like, oh, wow. Jessica is amazing. And she's just like interviewed so many amazing people. So I feel really blessed to be able to be here with you today.
Yeah, I feel that mutual. I heard the same, and Rainey spoke so highly. She was like, "Girl, you have to try her baked goods. You just," and I have not yet, but it's coming. So I'm
Yes.
definitely going to order. But we have. Well, let me back up a little bit because I feel like you said some key things about starting a business. And I love that you're so vulnerable and transparent to say like you had nothing, because I was the same way when I started out. It's like, I don't even have the money for a website. I don't have the money for a car. Nothing, nothing. So how, I mean, you did talk about how you got through that with the shower, the business shower. Was there other resources that you through that period?
So you kind of broke up, but I heard other resources. So I feel really loved and seen by the community. And so Malete, the owner of Whittier Cafe, she's been amazing and a part of my life. Thank you, Philip.
Mhm.
And she has sponsored me for Sister Biz. And so, like, that's amazing for her to be able to have that much faith in me, that she, invested her money in me to do that. And so a lot of people around the community do that. um, I Philip, anything coming out of Tia's kitchen is mouthwatering. Philip is amazing. He is the executive director for Macam, and Macam has supported Patty Bakes. If I'm vending somewhere and I have treats left over, then he's like, Macam's just going to buy them all. And so I really appreciate it. And just people like some customers, I've had a customer that was like, you need business cards, Tia. Do you mind if I give you $100 to get business cards? I'm like, no, you want to give me $100 to get business? Please, thank you. I mean, and so I think that because people see that I am working hard and I am, striving to do my best and be my best, it's easier for people to reach out and be like, hey, can I support you? Like Jice Johnson is a huge support, huge business support mentor for me. And so I just feel really blessed. I just find, pockets of people that really, really inspire me and help me in ways that they may not understand. Even resources as far as just talking to me and giving me those just pieces of jewels. I have a friend right now that is making my website for me because, again, I'm still, we're still growing, and they are great with it. And so they're not going to charge me to make my website. And so that's great for me because then that's going to also help me garner more business for Patty Bakes.
Yeah, I love it. And I think what I hear you saying is relationships are so important, to build those relationships and have and just have trust. And it sounds like everybody in the community just respects you and admires you. So they're glad and willing to help, which is really important when you're building a business. Hmm.
Yes, definitely, definitely. So it's great. And then just different things that I'm a part of and involved in gives me a platform for Patty Bakes. And so it's great because I can be seen more in that way. So that just thank you, Ebony. So that just, it excites me. Even right now, I had a friend that I wanted to start getting merchandise. And I'm like, how do I do it? How do I do? I'm not tech savvy. I'm not tech savvy. And so they sat up with me like a couple weeks ago. And we started doing merchandise. So now Patty Bakes has merchandise. And so we have fanny packs. I wore a little apron for you all.
I
So
love
we
it.
have our aprons. So I'm super excited because people, like you said, they really do believe in me and believe in Patty Bakes. And I keep going because I know that my mom is like looking down and she's just like, oh, girl, you go, girl. And so it excites me.
Yeah, yeah. I love, by the way, I love your colors too. That yellow's popping
Thank
and
you.
purple. Yeah, very
Thank
vibrant
you.
colors. I love it.
Thank you.
I have to shout out everybody. We kind of just did, but this morning who's joining us, Najla, Ebony, Philip, we got yeah, lots Alicia. Good morning. Thank you guys for tuning in with us. So let's talk about what separates you, you think. I mean, there are a lot of bakers out there and all of you all are all amazing. And I know each of you brings something to the table. So, what would you say sets you apart or makes you unique from the other wonderful bakers in Denver?
Me, first of all, Tia, I think that I'm just like just amazing and unique in every different way. And so I think I add that personality to my baked goods, which is amazing because when people bite into them, the reactions that come out of their mouths even surprise me. Um, but also, everything that I make is homemade or made from scratch. I can adapt recipes to be gluten free or vegan. And I just really try to make Patty Bakes an experience, right? And not just, you go into King Supers or whatnot and you're just going to pick up something. I really definitely want to make sure that Patty Bakes is an experience for folks. And so I add that extra love into it. And because I know what my limitations are, I stay in my lane, right? Like, um, as I grow, I'm learning new things. So I'm not the best like decorator, right? So I'm not going to be like advertising cakes that are like amazing, right? And so I do certain cakes like banana pudding cakes or German chocolate cakes, right? Because I know that I can make them moist, flavorful, and it's minimal decoration. And so they can look really pretty with minimal decoration. I also love doing out the box things. So not just regular cupcakes. So I'll do like banana pudding cupcakes, German chocolate cookies. So I try to do things that not everyone is doing or that you don't necessarily see in the store all the time. So I think before I started baking, the only time I seen cream puffs were like frozen. And so that's like one of my specialties of making cream puffs and they're not frozen. And so I just make sure that I bring that extra touch into it and not try to do everything that everybody else is doing so that I can be great at what I'm doing.
And I hear that. That so to me, you just said keywords. Just be yourself. And when you're
Yeah,
yourself, you're going to shine regardless of what your business is because you're not trying to be
right,
anybody else. Yeah, you
right.
know your talent. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. But as I grow, I definitely want to learn those things. And I have mentors and people that I look to that help me with those things. And then I also have young folks that do those things that want to grow and start their own businesses. And so I'm starting to let them support me in different ways. So if you can decorate, come support Patty Bakes and help decorate some cakes and we can get new things on the menu.
There you go. Mentorship. I mean, you can
Mhm.
get you some interns going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't pay you yet, but
Yeah.
we pay you for love and food. And then as we grow, we definitely want to be able to compensate you. So just know that I'll always feed you.
Uh-huh. Yeah. No, exactly. I don't know. It's gonna turn out some food. I don't know. I don't think so.
Yes.
So
And
let's
yes,
see.
Anthony, yes, I love it because patty bakes. Yes, we can bake your cake as fast as we can. We roll them up, and put them in your hands, right? It was definitely a play off of that, right? But I wanted Patty Bakes to be black, black, and black, right? I wanted no mistakes that Patty Bakes was black, right? And so that's why, I took really, really a lot of care in designing my logo. The locks, her apron is an so I just really, really wanted to make sure that not only women but young children could see themselves in Patty Bakes. I want Patty Bakes to be a whole thing. When I was making up my pieces of merchandise, I was telling my friend, I was like, Patty Bakes is gonna be everywhere. Patty Bakes is gonna be everywhere. And he's just looking at me like, you are. I'm like, no, Patty Bakes is gonna be everywhere. And so that's really what I want. There's so much more that I want Patty Bakes to be. I currently work at a nonprofit organization called Project Voice, and we work with the youth to educate them, employ them, and train them so that they can go on and, take over the world, right? And so I definitely want Patty Bakes to be able to be turned into a nonprofit so that we can have the youth come through and learn how to bake, because with baking there comes so many different skills. Like, I am not a math person, right? But I can proudly say, like, because of baking, I like have made those connections, which is crazy to say at the age that I'm at, right? But I have made those connections between math. I have never been a math person, but through baking, that has made things so much easier and made me think of math in a whole different way. And so those other skills that come with baking. And so I definitely want to be able to do that. I've worked with populations that treatment facilities. So I work with youth that have been in foster care, that have been in group homes, and so I definitely want to make sure that there's a way to focus on them as well, so that they are seen and heard. That's one thing that I definitely learned and picked up on when I worked at a treatment facility, that the girls just wanted to be loved, right? And one way to love them was to cook for them and to bake for them, and also bring them into the kitchen with me so that they can learn those skills too. And I have to say, like, my cottage was pretty amazing. My girls were calm. They were cool and collected because they know that when I came in, we were going to eat, eat, and eat, and it was going to be good food. So um, I just love the way that food can bring people together.
And you're absolutely right. Food is a love language for sure. I
Yes.
mean, for sure. Like you, uh, just like you said, people's their expressions when they eat your food. That's definitely. I mean, you. That's definitely showing it was made with love, and they're feeling the love for sure.
Yes.
What can you tell us what you've done during COVID that has been? Have you had to modify anything during COVID, or how has that worked out?
Well, I think for some customers, there's the reassurance that we're being safe, we're being clean, just those things. Ensuring folks that I'm doing what I need to do as a person, as a business owner, to keep them safe and myself safe. And so definitely making sure things are clean. If people want no contact deliveries, doing that, wearing masks, wearing gloves, and just kind of through that process, some customers have come, that were like kind of nervous for eating, from a home-based business. Just reassuring them that everything is okay, and then still seeing that I'm able to still serve them and other people. So, and so, yeah, so they've just really seen that, and just making sure that, like, if I'm going to deliver to a group of people, that everything is separated so that everybody's not touching everything.
That makes
And
sense.
then yeah, and then if anybody asks, like, anything special, then just making sure that I accommodate their needs.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I want to open it up to have you share something that you think is important that you feel like our listeners and viewers should know about you, your business, that we haven't already talked about.
Hmm. Um, I don't know that we're still growing. Any support, any resources, anything that anybody can send my way would all is going to be greatly appreciated. Because as I said, I'm still, still don't have no money, right? But we're still going, right? We're still going to make it. We're still pushing. And so 2021, I just want to make sure that I'm as consistent as I can be to make sure that Patty Bakes grows. Because Patty Bakes is for the community. Like I've been blessed to be able to serve so many people in our community. So I want to be able to continue doing that. And I want to get other, young folks involved. So definitely any type of resources are always needed, right? Whatever that looks like to folks, right? If that's sharing a post, telling me about algorithms on Instagram, anything like that. I welcome everything and anything. Constructive criticism. So that's my main thing, I think, is making sure that I continue to grow, learn, and still be able to bake for everyone.
Yeah, I love it. Do you have a particular, do you have a, I know you're building a website. Are you going to have a donation area, or is there some way if people even want to support you with cash, can they do that?
Yes, I am building my website, and I do have a donate button that's going to be on there. But I also have Venmo, or Cash App. It's either at Tia-Trent or $Tiya Trent, which is TIYATRENT, as you see on the screen. So yes, some people, like if you message me on Facebook or Instagram, I can give you more detailed information, or give you my phone number to get in contact with me. Email is pattybakes2019@gmail.com. My professional email is tia@projectvoice.org. So you can contact me there, and I'd be willing to talk and take advice from you all. Yeah. Mm.
I What I love about you, Tia, is that you're so open to feedback, and whether positive or something to grow on, seriously, because a lot of business owners, as we all know, you get attached, and I've talked about this with previous guests, you get attached to everything you do because they're your babies, right?
Yes.
And I love that you're open to that because I feel like that's what makes you grow. So I just want to say, commend you for being so open and vulnerable and willing to take that feedback and grow.
Thank you. Yes, I have to say that everybody's got like giving me really amazing feedback, and I have not had a chance to get the feedback that I want from an elder. So Dr. Yaz's mother, I made her a birthday cake, and this is why I feel like I need to be open to constructive criticism and everything, because at that time, like you said, I was just like, huh, there was something wrong with the cake. And not that anything was wrong with the cake, right? It's just that she had feedback and it hurt my feelings, right? It was like, oh no, I'm sensitive. But it wasn't to hurt my feelings, right? It was to make me better. And so I still need to get that feedback, right? At the time, it was just kind of like a shocker, like, oh no. But that's the only way that anybody is going to grow, right? Is to be able to get that feedback. As long as, I mean, people's intentions are not to be like trying to break me down and hurt my feelings, because I am very sensitive, right? I welcome all the feedback, right? Because it's only going to make me better. Only going to help me grow and reach more people and make Patty Bakes bigger. So, and not just Patty Bakes, but me as an individual, as a person.
Absolutely. And you've talked about growing several times in this, which I love. And I've definitely picked up on. And I'm a big visionary and dreamer, so I love other people who are, because we don't limit ourselves, right? So
Mhm.
what do you foresee Patty Bakes looking like? I mean, in the near future. We're not even going to say far, near future. What do you see
So
happening? And
I want to be able to, in the near future, have a space where there's a kitchen, obviously, right? A full working, functional kitchen in the building, so that I can bring young folks in so that we can learn about baking. But I also want there to be a part of this space where there's classroom areas, right? And just like breakout areas so that, so that the youth can do research, learn about different things, right? Right now, I'm in the process of figuring out different recipes for, diabetic friendly recipes, right? I do vegan, gluten free. So now I want to, do that. And so by growing, I want us to always be able to find new products. But I also been thinking, how do you bring your degrees in Tia? So I have backgrounds in ethnic studies, theater, women and gender studies, education. And so I want to be able to bring all of those in to Patty Bakes in a nonprofit organization where I can teach you different things about ethnic studies, about women and gender studies, about African American Black bakers, right? And bring that history and that culture in so that people can understand and see and know why baking is so important. For, not to just nourish our body, but why, there's a historical reason, a historical reason as well behind all of this. So I definitely want to be able to build that space and cultivate that so that young folks can come and just be able to learn, grow, and teach me as well.
I love that. That's important and impactful. So if there is anyone listening out there, whoever watches this show or video and comes, if you know of any spaces or anything, or how we could support Tia, please tap into her. Every single photo, Tia, I always put all of your information. So at the end, for everyone listening and watching, I will definitely put all your emails in there, Venmos, Cash Apps, anything that we can do to support you and growing. I want to definitely get out there. In the meantime, while your website's being built, I may have missed this. How do we place orders with you?
You can either go on Instagram at Patty Bakes 2019. I'm also on Facebook. My Patty Bakes page has kind of been neglected on Facebook. So I would say just contact Tiya Trent on Facebook. Messenger, you can add me as a friend. I've been on there more frequently. But I would say definitely I'm on Instagram a lot more promoting Patty Bakes. So again, that's Patty Bakes 2019. You can also email me at pattybakes2019 at gmail.com. And do y'all see how I made that easy for everybody? Everything is Patty Bakes 2019. Look,
I love
there's
it.
no you cannot find us. Patty Bakes 2019.
Can I just say, as a person who's a brander and does it for a lot of people, that's like one of the first key things I say is everything has to be streamlined and the same and fluid as much as you can. I know it's social media, it's kind of hard sometimes. So good for you for doing that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just one of those little things that's actually huge because it impacts your business. But again, I understand sometimes you can't link, the names can't all be aligned due to social media, but I'm glad yours was.
Yes, so thank you. I'm
Yeah. So
glad too it worked out. So I learned a little bit, but I'm learning so much more. So any all the knowledge, everything is welcome, you all.
and do people come and pick up from you, or is it delivered? How does your process work in getting it to them?
Either way, you can pick up or deliver. I deliver within 15 minutes for me for free. But if it's more than that, then I charge a delivery fee, or you can come pick up. So either or. I also meet people. So if people are more than 15 minutes away from me and they want to meet me 15 minutes away, then that works out for me as well.
Perfect, perfect. Well, gosh, this always goes so fast, and I have so many. We could talk forever about all of this.
Yes.
So here's what
We
we're going to
definitely
do.
do.
Yes, I would definitely want you back in several months when things have grown, and I want to check in with you and see what's grown because I already know some new things are going to be popping
Thank
popping up.
you.
Yeah, yeah. It was such a pleasure, Tia, and I will make sure all of the information gets in our comments after the show. Please support being Black. Yeah, anything we do, because obviously she's impacting this community in a big way. We definitely want to have continue to and have her share her impact. Is there any
Thank
last words you'd
you.
like to share with our audience?
I would like to say I'm reading the comments now. I am such a crybaby. And these comments are amazing. I appreciate you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, yes, I feel heard, I feel seen, and I appreciate you. And I echo Mike. He says, Jessica, you're the truth. So thank you for building this platform, especially during COVID, so that people can still get their business information out there, and so that connections are being made. So thank you.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure, love to do it. And I just want to, because, I say this all the time, when one wins, we all win. It sounds so cliche, but it is so true. When one wins, we
Yes.
all win.
Hmm.
So, well,
Yes.
sad to say, but we do have to go for now. Thank you all for joining us. As always, during these times of COVID, or any time for that matter, but especially during COVID, please take care of yourself. Well wishes to anybody out there who's struggling with the COVID stuff. I know it's tough yeah, on many levels for many reasons. Sending everybody good vibes, good energy, and in the meantime, stay inspired. This is Takeover Tuesdays, and we will see you next time. Bye, Tia.
Thank you. Bye.